Scope 1 emissions are emissions that come from an organization's assets that are owned and under their operation. Carbon neutral, while an important step in the journey, is by no means the end destination for any company that really wants to take meaningful climate action. Net zero requires you to measure, make a meaningful reduction, and based on the terms set by the Science Based Targets Initiative, that needs to be a reduction of at least 90% when compared to a baseline year. And as of today, 4,800 companies have actually taken action with SBTI, 2,500 of which have actually set their science-based targets, and 1,700 of those have actually made a real net zero commitment. And so if you look at the top 25 biggest spending brands just in the US, 70% of them have set science-based targets with the Science-Based Targets Initiative. Measuring and verifying your emissions data is that critically important first step. It's obviously the right thing to do if you are a company that really cares about climate action, but it's also a smart business decision.
There's a measurement, there's verification, and then there's validation. So let's look at each one. So really the suggestion here is, I'm not saying don't worry about the timeline, but the suggestion is to get started as soon as you can, since you may need to pivot. So if I take Dentsu's example, our baseline in Dentsu International was 2019. And we know that we're making to get to a 46.2% reduction by 2030 and a 90% reduction on that 2019 target. Be vocal about it. Share your accomplishments with the industry and be transparent about your emissions data and your targets. It's important to be authentic about your messaging so that you're not overstating. It's not sufficient to just say, I'm going to be carbon neutral because I've done all of this bad over here, and now I'm writing a check on this side.